People, what's good, what's good? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Wow. Wow. That was incredible. It truly was. Inoue, as of today, is pound for pound number one. He is. Look, that's going to change on the weekend, right? Whoever wins that fight on the weekend, I think, jumps to pound for pound number one. But right now, today, after that performance, Inoue is easily pound for pound number one. That was just sensational. It was. By the way, how good was it to have boxing midday on a Tuesday? How good is this? Feels amazing. I mean, more of it, please, if we can. I mean, very unlikely, but I think everyone enjoyed that. But back to the performance, that was just, understand what he's done, people. So he jumped up a weight class and didn't give me a test the water fight, which a lot of people would do, and you can't blame them for doing it. He was like, okay, who is the best in the division? Who is recognized as the best super bantamweight out there? Fulton, give me him. Straight away, give me that guy. No excuses, I want to fight him. He is just completely bashed up the number one in the division. That's what he's done. Fulton didn't win a round. Fulton, I think, won a few seconds of some rounds, but the rounds were ultimately all won by Inoue. If anyone gave Fulton a round, then I can't help you. You're not very good at judging and scoring fights. Inoue won every single round, and then to put the icing on top of the cake, stopped him. Too fast, too good, at times too strong. It's funny because a lot was made about the size difference, right? When they did their head-to-head, there was a lot made about Fulton just a lot bigger. On the night, I didn't see it. On the night, Inoue's clearly filled out. Fucking this motherfucker looked like he's grown a couple of inches as well. He looked as big as Fulton. I think Fulton kind of sized him up in the first round and thought, shit, maybe I'm not the bigger guy here. Because I was tweeting throughout the fight saying, okay, Fulton has got to bully him here. Like, you've got to use the one thing, the one advantage you have is size. You've got to somehow get close, take him to the ropes and bash him up a little bit. He couldn't do it. Inoue has created this fear factor. There's a fear factor where if I get close with him, his hands are so fast, he's going to catch me with something and I don't want to be knocked out. And it's now a fear factor that someone's going to need to try and shut down, and I don't know who. And I'm not just talking at Super Bantamweight because forget it. No one at Super Bantamweight shutting this guy down. I'm already looking at featherweight. I'm looking at featherweight and thinking Inoue can run through them all. We're only talking, look, we're talking 122 to 126. We're talking 4 pounds. He will move up to featherweight and bash a lot of them. Not saying all of them, a lot of them. In fact, I make him favorite against every single featherweight. That's how impressed I was with that performance. Fulton's basically a featherweight, guys. He's a massive guy. Basically a featherweight, couldn't do anything. That jab to the body, he disguises it so well. It's like he's just, you think he's going up top, then bang. And it's not just, this is the beauty of his jab. I see a lot of boxers, and look, I'm not one to critique. I understand how difficult the sport is. But I'm seeing a lot of boxers use the jab as almost a rangefinder, just flicking it out there. He uses that jab as a fucking weapon. Like, it's a weapon. Because he throws it downstairs, and you can see Fulton just digging in every time he's throwing it. Throws it downstairs, then throws it upstairs. You know, well, where's that come from? Even his overhand right bang from nowhere. Fulton landed a couple of shots and immediately Inoue responds. Inoue fights like he's the away fighter. So as soon as Fulton landed, he's like, shit, I'm going to be down here, bang. Honestly, that was a sensational. Understand this, people. For those of you that, dip your toes in and out of boxing and, consider yourself casual fans, understand this. When this fight was made, people said, including me, whoa, that's 50-50 fight. That's a 50-50 fight because we know Fulton can fight on the front foot, the back foot. You watch his fight against Figueroa, he can dig deep. If he needs to, he can fight in the trenches. Again, he's the bigger guy. He is the unified champion. This is a 50-50 scrap. Look what Inoue just did in what was billed as a 50-50 scrap. I am so impressed. Honestly, that might be the performance of the year just because of, again, who he was coming up against. It was a shutout. He won every single round, then knocked him out. Insane. Honestly, insane. His hand speed, sometimes when we talk about fighters moving up in weight class, you kind of wonder, okay, will they be able to kind of have that same speed? It's the one thing that kept Manny Pacquiao so great for so long. Every time Manny Pacquiao moved up a weight class, the speed was still incredible. And that's why Manny was so incredible. You're looking at Inoue and you're thinking, geez, this guy might be able to run through some weight classes, you know. He's already a full weight world champion. It's up to him. He can be 5. And then I'm already starting to think about 130. I really am. I know some people are going to say, Ade, calm down. But I'm really looking at 130 and thinking, okay. Because again, he's now created a fear factor. Fighters go in there and they change up their style because they're afraid of getting hit. Because they know the power's real. The power is real and he's making it look easy. The only fight this guy's had at the world championship level, and I think he has 17, 18 world title fights, is Donaire. And we saw how he adjusted in the second Donaire fight. He is starching people. Starching. He's incredible. Honestly, I feel like I'm semi-speechless about what I've just seen. Because again, Stephen Fulton ain't no joke. But I said it yesterday. If you guys watched the preview video I did, I said it yesterday. I said Fulton is a very good fighter. Very good. I said Inoue could be a generational talent. I'm going to change up now. Not could be, is. Inoue is a generational talent because this guy can do it all. There was even times when he was fighting on the back foot. It's almost like he's wanting Fulton to come in. Okay, come in, commit. As soon as Fulton committed, bang, overhand right. Honestly, it was sensational. Dug to the body a few times. Not just a body jab. I mean, he really dug to the body. Whoa, mate. Honestly, that weren't supposed to happen. That was not supposed to happen. He was not supposed to be able to do that. And he's done that. Even listening to Michaela Meyer in commentary, and you could tell she's almost a bit stunned by it as well. I don't know. Maybe it's fucking 5:30 in the morning in Vegas where they are. They're doing the rap from the studio. But I think that she's even a bit like, whoa, what have I seen here? I don't want to discredit Fulton too much because, again, I've said one's a generational talent, one's a very good fighter, but Fulton's going to be disappointed with that performance. He had to put it on him. There's sometimes when you can have a boxing match with someone, and Fulton's obviously a very good boxer, but it does get to a point. Maybe it's round 4 or 5, it's his corner. His corner kept him saying, believe in yourself. So they clearly were worried that maybe the mindset wasn't correct going into the fight. But surely it gets to a stage where it's round 4 or 5 where you're thinking, okay, I'm trying to have a boxing match with this kid and I am not having any success. Like, he's just too fast. So I've just got to then almost bite down on the gum shield and fight. And he did that. I think round 6 or 7, I tweeted like, okay, Fulton is actually trying to fight back here. This is his only chance of winning is to almost have a dog fight. But then he just kept getting caught. So it's almost like, okay, I damned if I do, I damned if I don't. He's on the back foot fighting, he's getting caught. He's throwing a lazy jab, and it was a lazy jab. He's getting jabbed to the body. He's like, oh, fuck it, let's have a dog fight. He's getting bashed up. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You're tired. You can't breathe. And this fucking kid isn't stopping. It's demoralizing. It's scary. And that's what Inoue is going to do. Inoue's only, for me, the only chance Inoue has of losing, and Donaire's a good example because Donaire's a puncher, is if Inoue gets hit early and that you almost force him to respect you. If he doesn't, he's just going to run through you. Like, if you can punch, you've got a chance because he's going to then maybe sort of think about coming in. He fights so confident / arrogance that after round 2, his hands were down. His hands were down by his side. Like, oh, is this it? I'm like, dude, you're fighting the unified Super Bantamweight champion. How dare you have your hands down? How dare you do this? And he's like, oh, what? This is nothing. He's jumping into punches. He's overcommitting to some of his shots. That's how little respect he had for Fulton's power. This guy is overcommitting to shots against the unified Super Bantamweight king. Mental. Honestly, madness. I can't wait to see what he does next. I can't wait. I forgot the guy's name who's the other Super Bantamweight. Let me ever see if I can't bother. The other Super Bantamweight champion. But already, and I think I've seen people tweet this already, people like featherweight. If you do that to the Super Bantamweight at the time, number 1, featherweight straight away, go up 4 pounds and let's see if anyone wants that smoke. I think this is crazy. I think he's going to have a landing spot at 130, and I wouldn't be surprised if a super fight presents itself at 135. I'm not talking now because we're going way too far. But we've seen it in the past. We have seen guys go up these weight classes. I think he will have a fight at 130 in 12 to 18 months. And again, if a super fight presents itself, if someone's still there, I'm not going to mention names, but if anyone's still there at 135, I'm telling you now, mate, yeah. Anyway, look, guys, I'm very excited by it. Look, I do want to do daily videos about Spence Crawford, but we had to talk about this one. We'll react to it a bit more tomorrow. I want to watch it again. I watched it now, but I want to watch it again. It was great being able to stay at home and watch a fight at a normal time. Not even, and I'm talking, when I say normal time, I'm not talking fucking Vegas. I'm talking even our fight times where main events are walking to the ring at 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm watching World Championship Boxing on a Tuesday. Great stuff. Peace.